I can't decide whether it's fitting or ironic that the same internet where David found his voice and his fans and his fortune is now a place where internet sleuths are trying to find out if he's involved in a homicide. If he is not charged and he's not a suspect in his underage girlfriend's death, not yet anyway, this is all going to be really, really tough for him. But two of my favorite online sleuths have been on this story from the jump. Lauren Conlin is the host of the true crime podcast, The Outlier, and Pop Crime TV on YouTube. And Pascal hosts the very popular Pascal Show. Welcome to both of you. Okay, you guys, I want to play some video that TMZ obtained today, and we'd heard about it, but now we're seeing it for the first time. It's video of Celeste running towards a car that she gets into. She's walking and running alternately, but there's a woman who passes her. And watch what the woman does. She turns around. Celeste doesn't even acknowledge her at all, but this woman in the foreground here turns around and notices Celeste and then just keeps on walking. I'm trying to think of all the different reasons someone might do that. Is the girl crying because she's running towards something and she looks like she's in distress? Does this woman perhaps recognize Celeste and doesn't understand why Celeste didn't acknowledge her? But I wanted to get both of your thoughts on it. Lauren, you jump in first. Tell me what you think about this.
Yes, Ashleigh, that was also my first thought, is perhaps Celeste looked distressed. She looked upset. But, you know, the running is really concerning here. You know, we can't see the full frame, but we don't know necessarily if she's running from anyone in particular. Another thing I noticed is that I didn't see a backpack or a bag that she's wearing, which I think is also really rare for a young girl to just sort of take off without her belongings. So was she in some kind of rush? Was she in trouble? It's all just incredibly heartbreaking as we see this after the fact, knowing how she met her tragic end.
You know, that is such an incredible observation. Pascal, jump on that. The fact that if she's running, let's just say, towards David's car, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning, too, so she may have left home ostensibly to go to school, but has no belongings, no backpack, maybe no plan. David certainly has plenty of money to buy her any clothes and toiletries or anything else she might need.
Well, I think that what you guys, those observations are really, really good. I mean, I think that maybe because she has a history of running away, maybe that person is somebody from the neighborhood that's like, oh, where's she going? Maybe she recognized her for a second there because she has a past of running away. Maybe that's what it is, too.
Yeah, it's frustrating, though, because I mean, I do that. I spin around and I look at somebody who passes me, but only if there's a reason, right? There's got to be something that would make you break your stride. And clearly, Celeste does not break hers. She makes no acknowledgement of this woman at all. And again, is it possible she's on the phone talking to David or talking to whomever it is she's going to meet up with and get in the car? Because what we don't see on this video, and I should make this really clear to our viewers, is that the liquor store owner knew after this frame, when she actually walks out of frame, he saw her get into a car. He just couldn't remember what kind of car. It was nondescript. It was far away, but he saw her get into a car. So we know that this was the last time she was seen. And before this, she's alternately running and walking and running and walking. Clearly, she's agitated in some way. Let me move on to the Tesla photos and the tow report that this private investigator, Steve Fisher, broke on our show earlier tonight. I was fascinated, you guys, by the condition of the car. I thought I'd seen it, you know, from the drone shots, but wow. Pascal, look at the dirt that's caked on this thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this thing is caked up with pollen, dirt, and all kinds of soot. I mean, what Stephen Fisher did say, that observation was a very, very good observation. I totally agree. This car has been sitting there for a while. I think it's been more than when it was reported that it was just sitting there, you know, unattended to. So now the question is, how long has it really been sitting there?
Yeah, and how long was she in it? Because, look, there are all sorts of possibilities here. That car could have been parked there for the month plus that some of the people Steve Fisher spoke with said. They thought maybe more than a month, but maybe she wasn't in the trunk for all of that time. So, you know, weigh in on that, Lauren. The fact that this car is banged up as well. It's only a 2-year-old car. It shouldn't be as banged up as Steve Fisher said he saw in the photos. Big, big dents in it and just a lot of wear and tear.
Right, Ashleigh. Well, what really gets me is just as a human being, if you know that you're going away for a long time, generally you park your car in your garage or in your driveway. So this almost tells me that, you know, he left in haste, but that really, you know, that shouldn't be the case. He knew he was going on tour. He knew his schedule. So I personally just keep asking myself this question. I know the car was parked in the vicinity of the Hollywood Hills home. But again, you knew you were going away. If you had any knowledge about a body in your car, I mean, come on. Wouldn't you put that in the garage? Wouldn't you put that in the driveway?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I'll tell you what, I don't care how much money you make, a $104,000 car is still an expensive asset. It's not something you toss around. Even if you're spending, you know, $20,000 a month for a mansion, you don't usually just forget about your $104,000 asset that's parked 150 feet away on the street, you know, one street over, especially when the manager had his Tesla in one of the garage bays. That would leave another garage bay. It's $20,000 a month mansion. There's plenty of room for cars to be parked. It's a very good observation, Lauren. All right, let's talk about the relationship, guys, because this was a huge break that TMZ made yesterday when Charlie Neff, the producer, was able to contact Friends of David's and established for the first time that, yes, they knew that David was in a relationship with that young girl, Celeste. However, they thought that Celeste was 19, and they said they thought that she was a USC student. So, Lauren, you start on this one. Do you buy what they are saying?
I mean, I go back and forth, Ashleigh. I watched your interview with the woman from TMZ, and, you know, you asked them really good questions. If they knew that they were a couple, and they said, yes, we knew they were a couple. But she also said that the friends didn't see any type of PDA. They didn't see any type of hugging or kissing, which, you know, that doesn't automatically make you a couple. But if you are a couple, I mean, wouldn't you kind of show a little bit of that, especially if you're out and about? So, I mean, I question, I guess, how close these people were to David. They also said that he was very gentle in nature, and he was seemingly quiet and mild-mannered, which, sure, that could be the case. Again, we've seen some nefarious people who seem like this way on the outside, but have a dark side. And again, I'm not accusing him of anything, but, you know, maybe I'm old, Ashleigh, but she does not look 19. I also don't understand how she would have multiple fake IDs. That's been reported. Look, I had a fake ID and it was very difficult to get. Again, this was a long time ago, but getting multiple, that just seems excessive. So, you know, I appreciate all of the reporting, but it's tough because nobody wants to go on the record at this point.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I have a son who's 18, and I just took him off to his freshman year of college. And I was at Parents' Weekend last weekend, and I was surrounded by all these kids, and they look the same age as she is. I mean, I know I'm many decades older, but you put some makeup and fancy clothes and heels and the Chanel bag and all the rest, and I could absolutely see Celeste being able to pass herself off as 19. I will say this, once when I was younger, 14, and I've never said this on TV before. People are probably going to get really mad at me. I was 14, and I went into a liquor store with makeup and heels, and I bought a bottle of Bailey's Irish Cream at age 14. The drinking age was, the drinking age was 19 in Ontario, so it wasn't a huge stretch, but there you go. I was 14, and they believed I was 19. They didn't even ask for ID. Shame on them.
That was one hell of a cup
Sorry,
of
Mom,
coffee,
if you're
right?
watching. That is a real confession. Like, Mom didn't even know about that. She usually watches. Okay, last question real quickly. Pascal, you have a different feeling about whether she could pass for 19 and whether the friends could be believable.
Yeah, I think that the friends were probably believing what they were giving them, because let's be real, it's Hollywood. How many people are out there that say that they're 25, but they're really 40? How many shows are we watching on TV where we're seeing high school actors or actors playing high school students that are actually in their late 30s? So in a way, when they say, hey, oh, I'm 19 years old, or whatever age that they gave them, I could see them saying, hey, I believe that. I definitely can believe that. So yeah, you know, age is different in LA. They move different out there for sure.
It makes sense. I'm going to go on the record again. I was 14 back then. I'm 57 now. I do not hide my age at all. I think it makes me wiser. Lauren Conlin, Pascal, good to have you guys. Looking forward to the next time. Thanks for this.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.